You shall not pass. Okay, so there are a lot of governments out there right now who are not waiting for the next emergency or the next pandemic in order to start restricting your freedom of travel and a lot of other freedoms. We're going to talk about that and things you can do to secure your own personal liberties. All right, so let's get started. You shall not pass! This is the Hey Ed YouTube channel, and I am your host, moderator, and all-around nice guy, Edward Anderson. Today, we're going to be talking about what's going on in the world in regards to your freedom being under attack. Now, we all know what's going on in China right now, but to refresh what's going on, let's take a look at a few clips that kind of reinforces exactly what's going on in China and why this is important to us. Let's take a look at a couple of clips here.
It shows, look at this guy. He's like one white suited guy in the middle there, leading hundreds of people towards those quarantine check-in camps. It's like, and you see the people carrying their suitcases. They've got their bags with them. Like, you're following me slowly, calmly. Here we go. Follow me. Like, it's like lemmings falling off a cliff. You're gonna imagine. And here they are rolling in with their suitcases, checking in for these like prefab quarantine camps.
Okay, so the technology that's being deployed in China in order to control their population is what is being exported now to the rest of the world. The rest of the world they're not going to adopt it. They have adopted it. You cannot go through a regular, normal day in China without having to do this in order to live your life.
As if you... Yeah, watch this. So you can't pass.
Not only that, but they have drones that go out, they monitor traffic, both vehicle traffic and foot traffic. And at the same time, these drones spray, apparently, some kind of disinfectant on the crowds. So there you are, you're in your big high-rise apartment, and you look out your window and you see these drones. Not only are they spraying disinfectant everywhere, God knows what's in that, but these drones are also spouting messages, telling you what to do and telling you what you can't do. They even have these drones that hover over traffic with a QR code. And what you're required to do is to take your phone, stick it out the window, and take a picture of that QR code. And if your phone flashes red, you're not allowed to proceed. You're supposed to turn around and go home. You can only move forward if your phone flashes green. Okay, now I know that right now, a lot of you are out there rolling your eyes saying, yeah, Ed, but that's China. It could never happen in my country. Well, I want to look at a quote from an Australian named Max Blumenthal. What's going on in China has little to do with anywhere else, you say? Australia built COVID internment camps and arrested citizens for promoting anti-lockdown protests. Canada seized protesters' bank accounts. The U.S. students were locked in their dorms. Insanity reigned in the West. And in the spirit of documenting the internment camps that are taking place in the West, I want you to take a look at two quick clips. One of these clips is out of Australia, and the other clip is out of Canada. So let's take a look.
Highly infectious when all of us people are negative.
So far, the risk is still very high, yeah? While you're here, can we just do that? Otherwise, the next time it's a $5,000 fine, and we don't want to do that.
It's a $5,000 fine if what?
Fine. If you breach again.
If I walk out onto that path.
Without your mask on, for no reason other than the wrong
If I cross that yellow line, that I've broken the rule, I will be issued with a $5,000 fine.
That's correct.
Right.
Okay. We could even do that now, but we're giving the warning first. Have a chat with you because it's a big fine. Rather just do the right thing, yeah? Like I said, I'm not here to fight with you.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight with you.
Yeah.
I just want everybody to do the right thing, and unfortunately it's my job to make sure they do. I don't care. the ins and outs. It's got nothing to do with me. I'm just here to make sure the rules are adhered to. Yeah? All good, man?
So what did that experience make you think? Like, what was your feeling about being in that situation with those people in control of your every movement?
Oh, it's horrible. It's a horrible feeling. You feel like you're in prison. You feel like you've done something wrong. It's inhumane what they're doing. Like you are so small. They just overpower you and you're literally nothing. It's like you do what we say or you're in trouble. We'll lock you up for longer. Yeah, they were even threatening me that if I was to do this again, we will extend your time in here.
What was it like for you and your family inside this quarantine hotel? Can you describe what you went through?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was an extremely difficult and, onerous and traumatic process for myself and our two daughters. But I mean, it's grueling. It's isolated. You don't have fresh air. You can't exercise. You can't leave. The food is atrocious and it's not nutritious. And, there's just, it's absolutely, mind-boggling that you could hold healthy, law-abiding, fully vaccinated citizens in these kinds of conditions.
Okay, so right now you're saying, yeah, but Ed, that's all behind us now. The pandemic is over. We're in the clear. Well, hold on a second. Those evil people at the World Economic Forum came up with this scheme that's being implemented all over the world right now. They're called 15-minute cities. You're going to start hearing that term a lot more. Why don't we just make everyone live in a neighborhood, and we will have everything they need for life inside of that little neighborhood. And if they go outside the neighborhood, we'll make sure that we know about it and that we don't like it. So here's the headline out of Oxford, England. Traffic filters will divide city into 15-minute neighborhoods. This is Oxford, England. Let's look further into that article. Roadblocks stopping most motorists from driving through Oxford city center will divide the city into 6 15-minute neighborhoods, a county council travel chief has said. And he insisted the controversial plan would go ahead whether people like it or not. People can drive freely around their own neighborhood and can apply for a permit to drive through the filters and into other neighborhoods for up to 100 days per year. This equates to an average of 2 days per week. A maximum of 3 permits per household will be allowed where there are several adults with cars registered to the address. So there it is. I'm not making this stuff up. And it's not just Oxford, England. This is going on everywhere. And this is what's coming down the pike. Okay, so you don't think that your personal freedoms, your personal liberties, your personal sovereignty is not under attack? It is. And it's under attack by your governments, our governments, which means, we have to take some blame for this too, right? We elected these people. And now the bureaucracy is taken over. And now decisions about our lives are being made for us by unelected, faceless bureaucrats who are going to restrict our freedoms in the name of doing what's best for us. All right. They know what's best for us, not us. They're going to control how you travel, where you travel to, what you eat. They want you eating bugs instead of meat. You have to start making steps right now to secure your freedom. We're in a moment in time, my friends, in history. Looking back is not going to be a fun moment in time. Our liberties, our freedoms are in serious jeopardy. Okay, so you have to do 3 things. Number 1, you have to start reducing your exposure to the traditional financial system, the banks. You have to start getting your money out of your banks and then convert your fiat currencies into gold and silver. And then you also need to establish streams of passive recurring income. You have to start doing those 3 things. Nobody is going to look out for your personal liberty, your personal freedoms more than you are. But you cannot wait. This is not a luxury anymore. You have to be proactive. The only people who are going to have any kind of freedoms left are the ones who take steps. So remember, get your money out of the bank, get some gold and silver, and establish streams of passive recurring income. Now, I have a WhatsApp group called the Hey Ed WhatsApp group. It's a wonderful community of people where that's what we do. And we're making huge progress towards securing our futures and our personal freedoms and our children's futures. And we would love to have you join the group. Now, one program in particular is a program called 7K Medals that we're in. I'll have a link for it in the description below. But really, I'd like you to reach out to me, shoot me an email, and maybe we can do a Zoom together, or I can just send you a link for the WhatsApp group so you can join the WhatsApp group. It doesn't cost anything. It's free, and you'll be among like-minded human beings. That's it for now. Please give me a like, please subscribe, and please leave a comment. Everett Anderson signing out.
Copy that.